So, about 2 years ago, we got a call from the Lathrop chief engineer of the city saying that they had been approved to build this parkour park, but they had no idea what was going on. In 2010, there weren't a lot of gyms, there weren't a lot of organizations. Me and my partner had just come back from the ADAPT program with Parkour Generations, and the first thing they Googled when they searched parkour was Parkour Generations. They found us through there and contacted us, and then from then on, we were going. Why Lathrop? Where the hell is Lathrop? You know, Lathrop what? Like, it's this little desert town out in the middle of Stockton, in the San Joaquin Valley. I mean, it's just all the way out here, in the middle of nowhere. But if there's any place that needs a parkour park, it's that little town with a lot of kids and a lot of enthusiasm in the middle of nowhere. They can't make it to SF, they can't make it to UC Berkeley, they can't make it to the SF International Jam. But they can make it every day. I mean, the high school is literally right across the street. And every day on their walk home, they're gonna see or interact with parkour. Even if it's just looking at the park, it's gonna be there and it's gonna be in their lives. So that's why we're in Lathrop. Lathrop was excited about it for that reason. We couldn't have picked a better place. The challenges that we faced, you can imagine, trying to explain parkour in 2010 to a government institution. But they also needed the knowledge and they came to us. So when we first started going, basically if you look around, the parkour park is about twice as big as the skate park, and we had 1/8 of the budget. So it was pretty tough. The first design, we grabbed our favorite locations from around the world. We had a mini Dom du Lac feature that we were really excited about. We had parts of Cat Fountain. We had, you know, parts of Pipeworks from Seattle that we really liked. Freeway Park. All these places we had gone to and seen. We wanted Tracers and Lathrop, who might not ever get out there to see those, to be able to come here and find it. You don't need to go to Seattle, you don't need to go on a trip. You can come to Lathrop and still get that feel. Of course, that got shut down even after we spent about 20 hours designing all the plans and measurements and distances. They simply came back with, there's not enough money. Over the next 3 months after that, we spent a lot of time making compromises, taking monkey bars and retrofitting them to be able to become Shea bars and have the angles we wanted or the surfaces we needed. And in the end, I think we came up with a pretty good foundation of a place for people to be able to train. It's not the biggest, it's not the fanciest, there's not the most unique features in the world, but for a city-funded and insured park, we had to deal with certain circumstances. The city really started to embrace that it's not stunts, it's fitness. So these things are not, it's not an 8-foot wall to jump and do flips off of, it's an 8-foot wall to climb on and get strong. And once we sort of, the city and the officials started really recognizing what it is that parkour is about, a lot of those concerns started to drift away. The park would never have happened if it weren't for the guys that lived here. Derek Stroot and some of the other guys from his community in 2008, possibly 2009, they came to civic center meetings, they came to town hall meetings when they knew that this grant for this generation center was going to be passed, and they begged, they pleaded, they came every week and voted until that got enough support to be able to make this happen. If it weren't for those guys, we would never have been contacted, this park would never have been built. We had other members of SFDK kick in. We had never done a request for a proposal before. There's a lot of things about this that we didn't have expertise in. Justin Tang, he works in architecture, so we did an architecture project. We contacted guys within our community that had those skills. That's what Justin does for a living, is he makes those RFPs, and we just ran with it. It worked out, they accepted our proposal, and we were the guys to go from there. But if it weren't for Derek or all of SFDK, Justin, none of this would have happened. We wouldn't have had that chance to even start drawing pictures of what we wanted.